Hey, everybody.
Ugh.
Welcome to the Courtesy Violation Podcast for our 100th episode. Big celebration.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is our 100th episode.
Wow. Of course. Yeah. Huge celebration over here at the Courtesy Violation Pod. Welcome. Surprise.
We had a really cool interview, but somebody fucked the audio up. Yeah, we had Scott Stokely on, and I fucked an hour and a half episode interview chat with Scott Stokely completely up.
Look, we should have just lied and been like, dude, we talked to Paul Macbeth. We had fucking Brody was there. Just name off all these names and be like, but we had to drop it because we asked them too many intense questions and they didn't want us to release it.
We went at them hard.
We went at them way too hard and they were like, yo, don't release this to the public.
Yeah.
No, I mean, shit happens, dude.
Yeah, it was my bad. Stokely's going to come back on, though.
Absolutely.
He's super cool, and we appreciate it. He gave us all the time we wanted, and I fucked it up, but oh well.
About an hour and 40. Just to let you guys know, you're really missing out.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
It would have been cool
if you could only hear it.
You're not going to get to.
Yeah, no, but we'll have him back on. We'll act like it's the first time.
Yeah.
And then we won't tell him we told y'all because I'm sure he don't fucking listen. So we'll be like, hey, Scott, let's act like we haven't interviewed you before. Mm-hmm. It'll be funny because everybody that does listens will know.
I will say, after speaking with him, I don't think he'll have any issue coming back on. He could come back on and talk about all different topics, all different questions for another hour and a half.
He was awesome.
He's very knowledgeable about the Frisb.
I just want to keep talking about how cool it was that these people aren't going to get to see it.
Yeah, I know. We got to stop. All right. That's enough. No more talking about what could have been.
Yeah, we haven't done anything because there's really not been shit to talk about.
No.
Like the world's biggest disc golf podcast, Tour Life, last week, their headline episode was "The Fake Ken Climo Gets Exposed." Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. Did you listen to it?
No. You're not going to sell me with that headline.
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. It's a slow off season so far, and they're reaching. Seems like he was reaching because I wondered if Uleberry wasn't there. Like if Paul Uleberry wasn't there, it's like, okay, fucking Brody's going rogue. He's just pulling shit out of his ass, trying to think of something to talk about.
I mean, it's some dude. He's just a guy on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. The Climo account on Twitter. He's I wonder what he said about it. He got exposed.
Yeah. Who gets? I mean, I hate to just blow this episode to death by saying fuck like within the first 3 minutes, but who gives a fuck?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dude's funny sometimes. I'm sorry. He's funny sometimes, but he's just another fucking dude on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Or Ken Climo.
Yeah.
Or it's the Ken Climo.
I wonder if I expose my fucking pecker right now, if that'll be the headline on fucking
Tour Life.
Yeah. Courtesy violation exposed.
Yeah. Podcast with two nobodies exposes themselves.
Some guy with Twitter account chose his wiener on his podcast.
I mean, look, like I said, it's kind of slow right now in the off season, so there's not a lot to talk about. You gotta talk about whatever you can to get your content out there. Yeah, we choose to take the high road and only release,
not do it.
We'll only release an episode when there's good stuff.
But we do have a little bit of a nugget to talk about the whole Calvin Klein, like Upshot mentioning Calvin Klein, and it was weird because they didn't really say anything. Calvin Klein.
Yeah, I was like, whoa! Klein. I was listening for a second. I was like, okay, new sponsorship.
I did that the other day, but Kyle Klein, they just mentioned that he might change, even though he's in the middle of a contract. Yeah. And I've heard of one other person that might be doing that this offseason, but it wasn't Kyle Klein. Mm. So them just bringing his name up out of pretty much nowhere to me, like it's odd.
Right. It makes you believe that maybe there's something to it.
Yes. And then Disc Golf World comes out and says something about the same situation, about maybe him getting bought out. And this is like I didn't see this one coming, which I guess it makes sense. Are they trying to bring Isaac in? I've been an Isaac that Innova the whole time.
You have been.
And but this, I mean,
and I've been an Isaac to stay with Prodigy, to stick with his guns. I think he's going to stay with Prodigy, but the Kyle Klein thing is interesting. I mean, Calvin Klein leaving his contract in the middle of it. How much does he have left on his contract?
I don't even know. I guess I
Okay.
should have looked that up.
But
It's not my thing.
aside from that, I mean, what do you think? What kind of news do you think we're gonna get as far as sponsorships go? Do you think we're gonna see a lot more this season, like we did last with Thought Space Infinite thing, or like the kind of
Like
group
open bag?
sponsorship? Yes. Or do you think with it
I-
slowing down, the talks of disc golf industry slowing down?
I'm not going to say this is my thought, because it's not, and I'm not going to try to take credit for something I didn't come up with. But I believe there's going to be more retailer sponsorships.
Mhm.
So
Right.
like
Russell Disc Golf.
Infinite, Russell Disc Golf, Pluto's, no, but like
Right.
I wouldn't, and this is, I haven't heard this, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's not going to be a few another round players that's their main sponsor
Yeah.
this year.
I could see that for sure. That's a good I'd say that's pretty accurate. I'd say it's possible, because I just don't really see a bunch of people, we've heard people say that they predict that in this year there's going to be some touring pros that aren't going to be able to tour.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some that's not going to be able to make it just financially.
Yeah. And that
So,
sucks.
It does. So I'm wondering if that's kind of why we haven't heard a lot of news so far, but it's still like the first
always
month.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be news. It's still early. I mean, they've got to stay with their contract throughout the year anyway. So
Right.
I mean, even if but usually there's some rumors and shit, and you're really not even hearing many rumors, except for this Kyle Klein thing is the first thing that
Calvin.
yeah, that really is sparked my interest. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some people out there. You got to think Emily Weatherman, the FBO Rookie of the Year, and we'll get into some of the awards later. But like, she's gonna have to end up with some kind of sponsor. But it's probably not going to be something huge, because the huge contracts they're done.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, plus it's she's an up and comer anyway. I wouldn't expect her to get a huge contract, but I would think that she would get a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Manufacturer.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
I'm not gonna.
But yeah.
I know you have a hard time pronouncing your R's and L's like someone we know.
But yeah, you got to think that she's gonna have somebody, instead of the smaller one she had last year. And this Upshot also keeps mentioning maybe Kristen bouncing, but also maybe she's just going to go ahead and sign with Latitude early, because she has, she's not done with her contract. She's not going to be a free agent after December, but they could go ahead and re-sign her with an extension. You know what I mean?
Go ahead
and lock her in. But they've also said something about her jumping ship, but I don't know.
It's hard. I don't know either. That's her first big sponsor, I'm guessing, was Latitude. It's the only one she's really been with her whole pro career, correct?
I am not. That's the only one I know of. But for some reason, I want to say that she used to throw for Innova.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
I just made that up.
Innova Estonia.
Well, there is plans on building an Innova factory in Estonia.
Really?
Yes, it's going to be like the European station for Innova. So I mean, if that's really going to happen, or when that really happens, then you're going to have to really consider. I mean, that's the biggest manufacturer putting their European base in her home country. You gotta think that she's gonna appreciate that.
Sure.
And plus, I've said it a million times, we don't know what Innova pays. People, we were talking about this playing Glow the other night. They're like, Innova don't pay. How the fuck do you know? Nobody fucking knows what they pay.
Yeah, I think it's always been like something that you hear, like Innova historically doesn't pay their players well. But yeah, we don't really have anything to go off of, do we? I mean,
yeah, I mean they're not public about it, so they could be paying fine. But if you wanted to throw for a manufacturer, like I've said this a dozen times, Innova has a mold for every slot. I mean, they got so many molds. If you can't fill a bag with them, like you're not going to. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure that this Mania mold, Innova has it. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's where it started. I'm sure they still own the molds. So, I mean, they could redo all those, and then I mean, it's just they have so many molds.
They do.
You know,
They do. That made me think whenever you said they may do a Innova Estonia. Are they going to make this like print discs in Estonia?
I don't know if they're going to actually produce them there,
Okay.
but it's going to be like their home European base will be in Estonia.
Because I was thinking like that could open up a whole new door for collectors to like collect, the Estonian fucking T-bird. I don't know,
Yeah, well, I mean, I would think that they would it would be just like they would ship everything from here to there, and then they would ship from there. You know what I mean? Because they could do a bulk shipment for cheaper than they can smaller shipments to here and there and there. So they could ship a bulk to there and then distribute it from Estonia to the other Europeans.
Okay. Well,
that's how I interpreted it.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what Kristen does this year, and for that matter, anybody, because I'm kind of antsy waiting on. I want to know where everyone's going. I want to know the state of disc golf.
Yeah, I want to know where Isaac's going and where Ezra's going. I am interested in seeing what the somebody like Weatherman, what she comes away with, because she played great all year and she deserves something. But I think companies and manufacturers, I should say, they've got so much invested in these bigger players, and now I'm not going to say the market's dropped. I think it's leveled out. That I think they are going to maybe shy away from some of the lower players.
Yeah,
could be wrong, but I'm stoked to see where Isaac goes. I'm gonna ride with Innova. I know the trendy thing is with the Kyle Klein news is that it might be making room for Isaac. What if they're making room for Ezra? Isaac's gonna be a big payday.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra, I think you can get on the cheaper side right now, and he's playing. I mean, he played great all year.
Well, he's like top 10 rated player in the
world. I mean, he might not have that dub yet, but it's coming for sure. So why not get in on him at maybe a little bit lower of a price? But Isaac's the big one, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, speaking of Isaac, the man got married. He tied the knot.
He did. I saw that. Hell yeah, dude! It threw me for a loop because I saw where Ezra posted it first. It was like wedding photos, and I looked at the couple and I was like, "Who the fuck?" I had to zoom in and I screenshotted it, sent it to you, and I was like, "Is that Isaac?" You're like, "Yeah." Guess that's why he never wears a hat, dude. Me and him, bald boys.
Yeah, take yours off.
My dude's balding.
Oh my
hey, Isaac, we can be just alike, dude.
Yeah, but then you mentioned, and I thought this is fucking genius. The man's might be already the best in the world in the woods, but if he took a year, he's still young.
Just let it grow.
Yeah, bald pony, dude,
unstoppable.
He'd never lose another tournament.
Oh, absolutely,
never.
If you think he misses putts now, he will literally never miss a putt. No, he'll open bag. He'll go open bag. Putting with wizards.
He's just slowly morphing into MJ.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Upper Parks bags.
Dude, he would be the woods master. If he bald pony, I mean, just a small one. Just the nub.
Oh, the little nub too. I love that where it's like holding on to just any piece of hair that it can. That's
all he needs.
Yeah. Just the nub will be enough to give him an extra 10 rating points.
Yeah,
most likely.
He's already best in the woods, so
he's going to be the bestest in the woods.
Bald Pony Isaac is goat.
Is a threat.
It's goated. It's the young people say.
And Isaac must be like in his early 20s, mid-20s.
I think. Yeah. I mean, when did you start going bald?
I started losing my hair. I noticed it whenever I was 18.
Really?
Yeah, but it didn't really start looking like shit until I was like mid-20s, 26, 27, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to like shave this soon. And then I didn't for a long time, and then I did it 32.
When did you?
It took me too long.
When did you start taking dick pills?
Dick pills. I mean, I may as fucking well. I'm going bald. Yeah, I mean, I haven't ever taken a dick pill actually.
Never.
Though. No.
I'm gonna put my head down on that.
But I mean, I'm not against it.
No.
I could use one.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone could kind of use a little
It's
extra.
it's like
help.
it's a performance enhancer.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have
You don't
to
have
it.
a problem to,
you don't have to
take
have
it.
it. You don't have to throw 400 foot to score good in disc golf.
Yeah.
But guess what? It makes it fucking a lot easier.
It does. It does. Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to make every putt inside the circle to wait. You don't have to be. I don't know what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I think the long drive is the
That
way to
makes
really
sense.
go
Yeah,
out.
I'm with you.
But
never mind.
Yeah. He's bald, and he's gonna need dick pills.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
So the new sponsor next year for Isaac Robinson's definitely going to be
What if he did? What's the shoes he wears?
Vessi.
Yeah. What if he had Vessi then Blue Chew
Blue
right
Chew,
underneath it? What if Blue Chew got into sponsoring the disc golfer? Who would that guy be?
Well, someone that plays MP40 or plus. No offense. I'm just saying you need an older gentleman that's competing to really push that product. You can't have Gannon Burr selling dick pills. People are going to be like, what do you, this is, well, I guess you can. I mean, really anybody, all the podcasts sell dick pills as it is. And those are some young dudes too.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just people like me
forgetting that
need them. You know what I mean? With today, people, the guys, they're just very feminine and they watch too much porn. I think that's it. I think everybody watches so much porn.
Yeah.
And it's just got so crazy that they have to take a Blue Chew to.
They're just so desensitized that regular sex isn't. Yeah.
I mean, I remember when stupid J.C. Penney's law was enough.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
I can promise you. That ain't doing it for me no more. It's got to be
no.
something fucking disgusting.
I know what you're saying for sure. And that's hilarious to think about too, that like someone that's 23 years old has to take Blue Chew just to jerk off.
That's wild.
Because they're like, I don't know, man. I've seen the whole internet since I was 12 years old. I need something else.
I was thinking about this the other day. Now, my age, I think most people know, I'm 45. So I was in high school in the mid to late 90s. But I remember when it was like the coolest thing is when you met a girl or you run into a girl or you heard a story about a girl that didn't have a gag reflex. Like now, it's not cutting.
Yeah, that's
like,
just
what the fuck? Why aren't you gagging?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that used to be like if there was a girl that didn't have a gag reflex, they were like, "Oh shit, she don't have a gag reflex."
Yeah. There was people were talking about it, whispers.
Yeah, and now it's like, "Ew, she don't have a
gag reflex."
What the hell? How am I supposed to enjoy that without some shit running down into the floor?
I need it to be gross. I need to know her discontent for it.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. The internet has destroyed us.
It really has.
Desensitized us. It's ruined us.
Now it's destroying disc golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't know. I heard it's really cool over there at Blue Sky. I heard Blue Sky disc golf is the place to be.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, I'm not going.
That's another one. We've talked about this before. After we did, we got on Threads. We made a courtesy violation Threads. After that, we're like, no more.
Yeah.
We're not. I don't give a fuck about any more. It better be the best social network app ever for me to sign up for it because I'm not.
Is it true that the tweets are called skeets?
I don't know.
And reskeets?
Blue Sky skeets and reskeets?
That's what I heard.
Can't be.
That's what I heard, dude. I heard it's called skeets.
So Blue Sky is that's like the left's answer to
Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter.
I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even say it's the left, but I think they're trying to sell it that way just because that's a good way to sell it right now because everybody's mad at Elon.
They're like, hey, you tired of all those racists over at Twitter?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then all the people on Twitter is like, yeah, go over there with the other pedophiles.
Then you go to Twitter and you hear what everyone has to say about Blue Sky and you go, oh, the guys at Blue Sky are right about Twitter people. Yeah. There's some fucking ugliness on Twitter, I will say.
I just don't. Oh yeah, I just don't have time, dude. I don't have time for another social media.
No.
And I don't think
give me the racism and the amount of followers that we already have.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I don't want to go anywhere.
I mean, I laugh at some of this mean stuff. I'm a sick individual, I don't get butthurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? what people say, whatever, it don't bother me.
Right.
But like,
We're a huge Ken Climo account fan, so
I mean, I don't hate him.
I don't even know him. Who is he?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody thought it was me for a minute.
It's really,
Yeah,
it's one of you guys over there, and you're like, no, it really isn't.
that's the reason I wanted you to show your bald head, because
So
everybody's gonna think it's you.
Now they're gonna think it's me. Okay, so what it is the King Climo. Since Torlife talked about it, we'll cover it too.
I don't even want to talk about it. It doesn't even fucking. It doesn't. It shouldn't even be a news story. It's just some guy, some fucking funny, or what do you call those accounts?
A fake account.
Yeah,
I mean,
a fake
he's
account.
claiming to be the Ken Climo,
but everybody knows he's not.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't, that's what makes it. If the people that don't know it, that's fucking hilarious.
There are some, I think, that probably are hell yeah, champ. They're like comment on his shit.
Do.
Like,
yeah,
hell
I
yeah,
guess
champ.
that is kind of fucked up in that way, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I don't want to talk about it.
No
I think
more.
it's not worthy news that
No more.
somebody that's fucking got a fake account got figured out. Who cares? They still don't know who he is, I don't think.
All right, we'll let it slide.
But him being bald, that's fucking him having a bald ponytail, Isaac. Now that's news. That's news.
That's real news. That's what we need to be talking about.
And people without gag reflexes gross me out now. That's news.
That's news.
And what was I going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, Paul Krans.
Yeah,
he made a little news.
He did. So I think the upshot started it where they were talking about if they were the DGPT, how they would run it differently. And so in lieu of that, I think, or maybe Paul Krans just made the post. And I sent it to you too because I can't remember it super well. But he just made a post about how he would do things if he were the DGPT. Can you, if you have it pulled up, can you read off?
Yeah, I will. He says the Pro Tour needs to stop investing in courses that only focus on challenging the touring pros.
Wait, what? The touring pros?
Yes. Now I don't understand that since it's a DGPT.
Yeah,
the Pro Tour, the touring pros probably should be challenged.
Yeah.
Let me finish because I'm jumping to conclusions because I have not read through this.
Fair.
In parentheses, it says requiring a property that fits 3,000 spectators in a course that's 11,000 foot long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't need all the giant courses.
Okay. They need to put us in more populated areas, even if it's an easier course. Side note, easier courses allow for way more competition in the field, which is 10 times more entertaining than one person separating themselves.
That's true.
It is true.
That is true, I think. But
so somebody that's got a God-given gift and works hard, let's take that away from them.
Right.
I don't like that.
Sure.
Okay. Then more income, less spending equals more live cameras and more cameras set up on the course. There was also an idea of a subscription per event towards specific players. What does he mean by that?
Finish it.
Okay. If enough money is put towards that player or card, then a camera follows them. They could be on a third card or 15th card. It would allow people to watch their favorite players no matter where they are placed in the event. It would also allow us to see more players instead of the 5 to 10 select people that are always chosen on the feature card.
Right. So he's saying that like a subscription-based service to where you could like the most money covers this amount, this card just from like fans.
So it'd be like
based on how much money is put towards that card. So if like a bunch of people are like Simon's card,
yeah,
and he's 12 cards back, they're going to focus the attention on Simon's card, no matter his standings in the event.
But would that be like a separate channel? Because I want to see who's in the fucking league.
Yeah, that was now I like I think it's a cool idea. I think that idea sounds cool in theory, but yeah, what are you going to do about, like, are you just going to have,
I don't want to watch who's in 30th fucking place.
Or I suppose they could do it the same way they do, like, you'll have the options ad free, and then you have just like whole 18 live stream.
Yeah.
If they have like different things like that. So they're going to have more cameras on it. So you could kind of
actual different stream.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, why not this then? If we're going to do it money based, why not people pay for the people that's on the feature card? And then after first round, if you're not in the fucking front, then sorry about your luck.
Yeah, sorry you can't compete, Krans. No.
You know, I mean, but I mean, I don't want to. I guess if it's a separate stream, then I would have no complaints. I wouldn't watch it.
Right. You're just like, yeah, that would be cool to. Well, because I've definitely when the 2 Pro Tour events that we went to this year, like I found myself kind of wanting to do that, where I'm like, oh, I want to watch lead card, mostly.
Yeah.
But like, it is kind of nice to wander around.
Yeah, and I definitely did that. Like, I mean, there was days that, like at Worlds, I tried to catch Chris on every day a little bit. You know what I mean? But those
you're trying to give him that gift that you made him, though.
Those last couple of days, though, I'm gonna follow a lead card,
right,
or the chase card. You know, one of those. I want to see what's gonna. I want to see the build up, even though it's not on. You know, you're watching it live. You still want to see the build up of the final round. You know what I mean? So
right, and I couldn't really see that working out, anyways, because I think most people are gonna want to see the lead card.
Yeah.
So like,
but if it's a separate stream, I get it. But what about if would it be like a bid thing, or if I paid for somebody and then somebody else ended up getting more money, did I just get fucked out of my money?
It all goes to the purse, or it all goes to DGPT.
I would be okay. I would be okay with it going to the purse.
Right.
I mean, I do think they need to raise the purses. I mean, they're better than what they ever have been by a long shot, but still need to be more. I mean,
of course.
I don't think that any professional sport, which I know a lot of them out there. I mean, we're not talking about the big 3 or big 4. I'm talking about, smaller sports or whatever. That a lot of players ain't making a killing. You know what I mean? And I think the ones that are making a killing in disc golf, I think they deserve it. They've put the time in, they put the work in, they sell the frisbees. I mean, that's the reason they get paid. You know what I mean? It's the reason Simon didn't have the best year, but he still sells frisbees. He's still one of the, if not, I think he's still the most liked disc golfer according to whatever it is,
the fan survey or whatever.
Ulti World.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, personality does have a lot to do with it. Social media has just as much to do with it as playing, and that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I mean,
it is,
but because
Brody was our first, right? Influencer that really kind of, well, Simon's been doing YouTube videos for a long time.
Simon's been around, doing disc golf YouTube forever. And Eagle, I mean, the Eagle blogs were huge back when he did them all the time.
Brody was the first to be like, oh, you don't even have to be like a professional, an elite level, or not elite level. You don't even have to be like a super competing pro to be, as huge, as famous. You know what I mean? Like he sells plastic because he has that influence online.
Yeah. He knows what he's a good businessman for sure.
Yeah. One thing though, that it's the same, the beginning of that post that he made, Paul Krans, it's the same thing we've been saying for a while. And a lot of people share the same feelings of like, fuck the huge places to play at. Like, we don't need the giant bomber holes. We want short wooded courses. He says he thinks that it helps kind of level the playing field.
Yeah, it does.
And I like that.
Yeah.
But I also don't love seeing a bunch of discs hit trees. And you see that a lot in the woods. That's a bad argument.
No, yeah, it is. The woods disc golf is the best. It's the best to play, and it's by far the best to watch in person. It's great to watch, on TV. Right. It's woods disc golf is superior in my eyes.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of that is because I can't throw 500 foot, and I can't throw 350.
Yeah.
But it's, in my eyes, woods disc golf's better all around.
That needs to be on the fan survey. As far as I'm trying to think of the fucking word. Places to have these events. Like, should it be giant should we do more wooded courses for Pro Tour events, or should it be like it has been, like an MCO, wide open golf shots? What do people like to see?
I think it's a mix. You know what I mean? I don't mind seeing it every once in a while, but I'd rather watch woods. I think most people would. No, maybe not.
Dude, people like seeing bombs.
Well, you know, like OTB Open, right? Like it's on a golf course, but you have to have every shot on there. You have to have rollers. You have to have everything. That's a great course.
Yeah.
Like that's a well-rounded course. You have open shots. You have, I mean, tons of shots with ceiling around those big, I want to say redwoods, but they're not
whatever
redwoods.
they are over there.
Sequoias, I think.
Crack foxes.
But like that's a great mix, right? I mean, that's a good course.
Yeah.
And have New London, man. I mean, there's some open holes there, but I mean, I guess not anymore. I mean, there's only 9 holes now. I think it's the front 9, so it's more wooded.
Right.
But I don't know. I prefer wooded, and he does. I mean, he does make sense in that, but also the argument that did not have to have places where they can have 3,000 spectators. Yeah, you want spectators.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's how you get the monies.
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, I love going and watching live. I mean, it's so cool. It's one of the coolest things. It's one of the going to Worlds was one of the cooler, if not the coolest sporting event I've ever been to. And I've been to some pretty cool ones.
Yeah.
But it was just, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know what you always hear that they do it differently in Europe. That like the spectators are crazy. It's just a fucking huge number of spectators. The courses are great. It's always like you'll hear pros kind of pop out and be like, I wish America did it more like Europe does with disc golf. Well, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know exactly what that means.
Technical.
Because like more technical, but they're also, from what I've heard, like not necessarily just giant bomber holes.
Yeah, it's everything's more technical.
But if there's still like, a fuck ton of spectators, then how do they do it? How are they doing it differently to fit all those people?
I don't know that there's some of those courses have a fuck ton of spectators, I mean, once again, New London, like it wasn't the best for spectators. If you didn't have the VI, well, the way they did the Bushnell Boulevard was pretty cool for New London. Without that, they wouldn't have had that, the spectating would have been awful there. But they did figure out a way to make that work, and it was great. Like it was cool. You could bounce. You didn't have to have the VIP. You know what I mean? You could have general admission and still get to see a lot of holes, because I was afraid that you wouldn't be able to see anything. But they made it where it's very possible, and that was smart. And maybe that is something like, maybe they have something like that over there where they have like a alleyway or a boulevard where you can bounce from hole to hole and still not have to have VIP,
Ragnarok Alley.
Ragnarok
way.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know. Paul Krans, I mean, that's, once again, it's kind of a slow off season so far, and that's news.
Yeah.
That is big news in the disc golf world. Paul Krans said some stuff. If you want to be noticed right now, if you want to get a lot of attention right now,
say anything.
You can just say anything, even almost, if you think it's almost profound, just throw it out there on the internet, and then it may be talked about on Tour Live. Brody may be talking about you. He may retweet one of your fucking quotes right now.
Yeah.
Slow.
Innova, they got me twice, dude, in the last couple of weeks with those 10-year Firebird drops. They just teasing me, dude. I mean, they selling out so fast.
Are they?
Yes.
I haven't even kept up with any of this.
Yeah, they had 2 drops, and it, like, the first one had to be, I'm pretty sure I was within 10 minutes and they were gone.
Really?
Second one, and I thought, I'll watch the second one. I looked at the post that they dropped that said, the end of the pro shop said they're up.
Yeah.
12 minutes from that post. Well, before 12 minutes, because I went on as soon as I seen it, sold out. I went back to Facebook, looked at when the post was made. It said 12 minutes. So it's probably like another 10 minutes. It was sold out. This disc teasing me, dude. It was killing me.
Is anyone selling them yet?
Oh yeah.
How much are they going for?
Just depends on, the foil and
the color.
everything. But I don't even throw Firebirds, but I don't sell them. But I like to have one from every year. I don't know why. I guess
because you're a collector, bro.
Yeah, and I guess I'm hoping to hit that 2015 one of these years and have a $700 disc or $1,100 disc, but I don't think they're ever going to do that. They said that
No.
they this one's supposed to be feel and flight of the 2015. I haven't touched them, so
Yeah, they can't. Right? There's not going to be another Firebird that's going to sell as much as the 15, right?
no, not sell, but it's supposedly like
Should
the closest that they've had flight wise
Okay, yeah.
and plastic
Because
feel.
those were the money Firebirds,
That's the
according
money,
to
yeah,
the
and they are.
Firebird
Yeah,
users.
I threw
Okay.
them. Yeah, it's the plastic feels different than any other, maybe any other disc I've ever thrown.
No shit. $700 good?
No.
Okay.
No, I would never pay that much to throw a disc.
No.
I mean, it definitely stays straighter. It's not as overstable as any. It's probably the straightest Firebird I ever thrown.
It better
besides
boomerang.
the DX.
It better boomerang back and start blowing me. If it's $700 or more, that's
No
crazy.
shit, yeah. I'm trying to come for $700.
Yeah, dude. I don't give a fuck about disc golf. $700. You better make me have a good time. I can't justify spending that kind of money on discs. One disc, that's like taking a piece of like an antique plate and throwing it at a basket, you know, like you
Yeah.
may as well.
Yeah, no, it's never gonna happen. I would have never thrown one if Dills didn't get one. It's like, hey, you want to throw this? And I was like, yeah, if you won't
sure?
let me throw it, I'm gonna fucking throw it.
Felt like you were
dude.
doing something illegal,
yeah,
weren't you?
Yeah, I did.
Like, dude, don't tell anybody I did this.
It flew great. It flew. It did. It flew more like a T-bird than a Firebird.
Oh, time stood still,
T-Bird
dude. I
3.
watched it in the air. There was an aura around it. You're like, wow.
It was a T-bird 3.
Okay.
The 9-speed T-bird 3.
I'll just spend the 20 and get a T-bird 3, man. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. But I mean, it's his first one, right? So you got.
It's about the collection,
Yeah.
the collector's aspect of it.
Yeah.
I know it goes further than it being a piece of plastic. I get it too,
Do you?
like, yeah, I mean, as far as like, if I was that serious about discs and if I had the money, I would probably, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get the collector's aspect of it. I don't collect like that.
No.
I say they're meant to fly. Most discs that I buy are going in the bag and I'm trying to throw it, see if I like it, or at least keep it as a spare.
Yeah, the only thing I really the warships. That's all I really will spend big money on. Or I don't know if I found the right like Super Pup or something like that, I would probably spend a couple hundred if it was the right one. But I'm not spending $700 on any of them.
No,
just not happening.
No, and a lot of people don't. I'm sure. I wonder how many 2015 Firebirds there even are.
I'd say there's a bunch.
Yeah.
But I say, now you got to say how many 2015 Firebirds are unthrown or like mint condition. Probably not many. Probably not many. And they are a good disc. So there's probably most of them got the shit thrown out of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're probably beat to death.
Okay. So since I don't know anything about the 2020, 2025 Firebirds, this is their 10-year Firebirds.
10
okay.
year.
Wow. 10-year Sexton Firebirds.
Same stamp.
You want
looks
that
like
for
the
sure.
Stamp. Yeah, I want one.
Yeah.
It looked the same stamp except it says 10-year anniversary.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's nice.
I saw.
I'm gonna fill one. I'd like to put one up next to Dill's as 15.
Yeah.
Because they're supposedly supposed to have the same feel and everything. I don't see that they could get the exact plastic mix.
Right.
Because man, if they can do that plastic again, they should do every disc in that plastic.
Dude, you're making this plastic sound amazing.
It's
life changing.
I don't know if it's life changing, but it's great feeling plastic, dude.
All right.
It really is.
You're like, I saw God when I touched that disc. You make it sound amazing. But it is funny talking to that is something funny about our sport is we go off like feel too.
Yeah.
It's not just like I know how this disc flies. Whenever we like buy a disc, we grab it and like do this.
Yeah.
We're like, oh wow, warp it back and forth and really just rub it with our fingers. We're like, that's nice. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's so weird.
We're fucking insane.
Yeah,
dude.
we're like fucking autistic children. We're like, whoa. And then I smell it. I'm like, it smells good.
It's in not even that. I mean, not even the feeling. It almost is like an autism, right? It's almost autism because we base our whole fucking lives off this shit.
That's true. One could say
it's
we are
sad. It really is.
Yeah, we do have a disc golf podcast.
I don't know how
one
much
could
longer
say
I
we're
can do this podcast.
You dististic?
I've got to start painting or something. I gotta find another hobby.
This shit. This is
shit's
crazy.
eating me alive. Trying to fucking jump on the internet and buy frisbees and getting upset that they sold out too fast.
That yeah.
You'll get a fucking piece of plastic.
No, I'm gonna have to spend $10 or $15 more to get the same disc.
I think they're selling for more than that.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're
50.
I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them more than that.
Okay.
Like the ones with, for some reason, the red stamp's always big on Firebirds, no matter what year. Like that solid red, deep red, and I've seen some of them going like triple digits.
Yeah.
Over 100. But not all of them. I'd say you could probably easily find one for 45, 50, something like that.
Hey,
might not be.
It's only 2 discs. It's only the price of 2 discs. I can stomach that.
Yeah.
I think the most I've ever spent for a frisbee is like $40, maybe. 40 may be the most I've ever spent on a disc. Oh. And yeah,
I spent a little more than
that. Yeah,
but collectors
definitely
like the ghost ship.
Yeah,
ship. I spent pretty good money on it. I've spent
The fucking boss move is to spend that kind of money on a disc and throw it.
No, it is for sure.
That's the fucking big dick move where you go like, no, I just want this disc to throw. I don't give a shit that it's
that $80
disc.
That's letting your nuts hang.
Absolutely.
And throwing it over water first hole.
Yeah.
Not even warmed up. You just break out a fucking $100 frisbee and sling it over the water.
Yeah, that's a big dick move.
Yeah.
That's because you always see like pros that will have out of production discs or stuff that they have to trade to get or buy from somebody to get. Like that's like peak level disc nerd.
Yeah,
is when you're doing shit like that. I think not just buying them to collect, but buying them to throw.
There's a couple of people we play with that have some money in their bag.
They do. Yeah,
like Dill's bag is it's no joke. Dude.
Sure,
like he's got those. Whatever them fucking Roman herds, or
I don't even know what that is,
or thundering herds, or something. It's like I don't even know. Right. It's a Discmania, old Nineveh mold Discmania. He's got he throws those and those night strikes. I mean, those are not cheap discs. And then Damon throws fucking those whatever those T-birds are.
Yeah,
he throws them in the water all fucking time.
He's like, I gotta go get another T-bird on the T-bird pile.
Who am I trying to think of? The one I just bought you.
KJ Navo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Them Navos, them 11 times. Dude, he throws. I've seen him throw 2 of them in the water. And I wish
he'd throw one to me and let me have it.
But he's got some money in his bag too. And they don't give a fuck.
Hey, our boy Alex Dugan has money in his bag. That motherfucker. He gave me like an opaque JK Pro Valkyrie one day. He's like, here, I don't know how old it is, before the 2000s, if I had to guess. A JK Pro, like, clear plastic Valkyrie. Sick as hell. I was like, how old is this frisbee? He carries shit like that all the time on him. Old AVRs. He
loses them all the fucking
and
time.
Then he'll lose the hell out of them. And he's like, anyways, back to it. Got to get another irreplaceable disc.
I see him on the lost and found side all the time. Like, I lost 4 today. Like, fuck.
Today?
There was one day I'm pretty sure he listed 4 of them that he lost. I was like, God damn.
Somewhere between the hours of 1 and 6 o'clock, I lost 4 discs at 3 different courses. And I don't know if anyone could find them, that would be great.
We've had a couple. Did you see Burr doing the 360?
Yeah. When I first, so Burr supposedly threw 794 feet.
Trying to get 800, he said.
And tagged Burrell in it to be like, huh? Throw a little shade, being fun. Because whenever I saw it, I thought it was maybe a joke or something. Because there's so many things that Burr says and posts about where you're like, I don't know if he's being like a little wise ass about it, because he's like young, funny. So I didn't really know if that was actually 800 feet. And then after studying the video a few more times afterwards, I still don't know what 800 feet looks like, dude.
I know it was in the air for a long fucking time.
It was in the air for a long time. That's true. And it started way over here and then ended fucking way over there. So I'm assuming it went the distance. But 800 fucking feet?
Yeah. I don't, like you said.
That's pretty good.
I trust him. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Like you said, I couldn't imagine a disc flying 800 feet.
No.
in person. I've never seen.
No.
I've seen somebody rip on 500, and it seemed like that was like wild. Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck how did that do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I couldn't imagine what 800 looks like.
Well, we just saw it the other day, supposedly, and yeah, I don't. Was there a tailwind? What the fuck?
I don't know, man. It was wild. It was wild. I did see we were talking about the Worlds this upcoming year at Nokia in Finland. They are gonna have I think it was I wrote down YLE, and I think it's one of their like sports channels, so maybe comparable to our ESPN. They're gonna be broadcasting the Worlds live
Hell
in
yeah,
Finland, so that's fucking cool.
that is really cool. But I will say, ESPN Finland, like, of course they're showing disc golf.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's what is it? It's that and whatever that sport is where they
cross
like
country skiing.
yeah, it's disc golf, cross country skiing, or something to do with ice sports. It's
Yeah,
that thing where you scrub the ice with the rock sliding on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's of course
I think that's what is
it is cool, but
Yeah, I like it. It's like a boshi ball or bokeh ball and
yeah, I forget
ice skating.
it's called, like fucking scooting or some shit. It's got a weird name. Brushing. It really is something like
I'll
that.
think of it. Just we'll go.
Something
I'll come back to
ing.
it. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, curling.
Curling. There you
Yeah.
go. Curling and disc golf to be on ESPN Finland. YLE. That's the
YLE. Yeah, that was the. I'm just gonna say channel, but
Yeah.
it could be a string. I don't know what it is. YLE broadcasting.
Don't want to
is
take
what
the
it was
piss
called.
out of it too much because
No,
it
I
is
think
cool.
I think it's fucking cool.
It is cool.
I think it's cool that they don't have to have DGPT Pro to fucking
Yeah,
watch it like we will.
like we will have to.
They'll get it for free.
Yeah.
Why didn't they give America it for free? Probably
That's
because
true.
nobody would pay them. I wonder how much YLE is paying DGPT to broadcast it. I bet it's a pretty good chunk.
I didn't even think about
But
that.
you know, we want to talk about growing the sport. That could be something that DGPT could do. Is find a channel that would be, even if it's CBS Sports where they've been playing some stuff, and what if CBS Sports said, "Hey, you just cover what it costs for us to record it. You don't have to just what it costs to make this, and we'll let you have rights to show it live for 5 days."
Oh, that would be
Now, how
great.
much would that grow the sport? I mean, the audience would be much larger than what they, you know what I mean?
It would have to get some people.
That's the thing, yo. DGPT's not disc golf, right? It's not even PDGA,
Right.
but the PDGA is Worlds, right?
Yeah.
So I guess PDGA would have to get a little cut too. But
For-
everybody wants to preach and everybody wants to say grow. I mean, I think that would be a great way to grow it.
Absolutely. And I'm not the first person to say this, but everyone said if you want to grow the sport, you make it free and available.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know business. I can't tell you that that's exactly what we need to do in this sport because I don't know. I guess those guys at DGPT do need to make money, to keep the thing going.
That's what
I just
I'm saying.
don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Let them, don't try to charge them nothing crazy. Just let them pay for the production, like what it costs them for that week to produce that show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then let them put it out to everybody. Anybody who wants to watch on CBS Sports or ESPN would be great, or one of ESPN2 or whatever. Now, I don't know if any of those channels be willing to give them 5 hours a day for 5 days.
Yeah.
I mean, they might.
They're like, all right, that's too much. We have real sports to cover.
Yeah, I mean, but they also might, so it'd be something that'd be cool. I just think that'd be a good way to get it out, let everybody watch, and because I am a believer, and this is going to sound a little gay, but like I am a believer that this sport is just awesome, and I think if people just try it and they throw a frisbee, if they go once or twice, I think that it's so fun that. And the community is usually really cool.
Yeah.
So, like, I think people fall in love easily.
I've been saying that since I started. I'm like, dude, this is one of those things that at first glance I thought was silly as hell. and I can't believe I love it so much.
Mhm.
Like this has to be that way for a lot of people.
There's something
If
about
only
it.
they could just just give it the first try.
Yeah. Yeah,
And if it doesn't work, give it 2 tries.
I think that's the thing is like making it, you know, getting it out on TV that's not a paid TV and it's not YouTube. Maybe a bigger channel, which YouTube is fine too. Most people watch TV on YouTube now, so maybe that. But like the live broadcast
Yeah.
of it, you know what I mean? That's stuff that we pay for,
Yeah.
and not just the first round. Like a big tournament too, one that everybody's at, and one that everybody's excited.
Yeah.
And just get it in the TV algorithm. I guess I don't know that
No,
either, but
I know what you're saying.
and get it in schools, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think that they really need to.
I think it should be mandatory for kids to take a disc golf class.
Well, just give them the option. Like, I think that if they could just start getting a couple of middle school age, high school that have teams, man, and have people that knew enough and weren't bound by law to stay away from the fucking schools.
Yeah.
To go and teach, kids how to play and the rules, and I think that would be huge. Like how many families would it transfer from that kid to their younger siblings? So even maybe their parents going out, and
Right.
playing, So.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. I think getting more kids into it would definitely be big. That's why I thought like Gannon Burr is definitely doing his due diligence in that for the younger generation. I think he's definitely the kids pro, the younger generation's pro. So that I think he's making strides in that regard. But as far as like, I don't know how to make it bigger. I wondered if like after the COVID boom, how many of those COVID players like were quit playing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder how many people started during COVID and were like, oh, anyways, I gotta get back to work.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, but I think a majority of people, maybe not, because the courses used to be crazy. Like you couldn't, every time you went out, there was people everywhere.
That's
now
true.
it's not that as bad as it used to be. So
No.
I mean, I guess it is dying down a little bit, but there was nothing else. There was no. I guess we did have to go back to work.
Yeah,
That's true.
Now people are looking at disc golf like they did with COVID. They're like, oh yeah, remember COVID and disc golf? That was scary times, dude. Remember when COVID forced us to play that stupid frisbee game? I'm glad we can go back to our normal lives now.
All right, before we go, because we're almost to an hour. This is the 100th episode. If you think back, what's one of your favorite things we've done, or what's come out of it? Like, you know what I mean? Like episode or anything. You got anything that's right?
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, easy. That's easy for me. Was the threesome bracket was the best thing I think personally was some of our best work.
Yeah.
And the whose ass was it game was great. Sorry if that was your pick.
No. Mine's something that I find it hilarious that we recorded an episode, and this one when we were sitting at the kitchen table with like trash mics, and I was just figuring out Audacity, but we recorded an episode with a damn smoke alarm beeping. The whole episode, there was a smoke alarm beeping, and I noticed it when I was editing it, and I had the knowledge to take it out with Audacity pretty easily.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something you can easily do. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm leaving it in. And I remember, like, I can't remember who it was. It might have been, it's one of the the real ones that's been around forever. It might have been Berg Nerd, or it's one of the real ones. But they messaged me and they were like, did y'all leave a fucking smoke detector beeping in the background? And I was like, sure did.
Yeah, that was our little Easter egg for you.
They were like, y'all are fucking insane.
I turned it off after the 5th beep. The 5th beep, it was 5 minutes in. They beep like once every minute or something.
I left it in a whole hour episode. It was, and to me that was, man, I want to get back to doing dumb shit.
I didn't know we ever left. I thought
No, I mean, I want to get back to leaving
juvenile shit.
Yeah, yes. Threesome fucking brackets. Whose ass is it?
Yeah.
I want to do some fun stuff.
That's the tough thing about, like, I try not to so much on here talk sexually about any of the players or make silly jokes like that, just because, like, oh man, if I have to talk to them on here and they know about it, the awkwardness.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, we are trying to grow and get some guests on and stuff, but man, it's really took the fucking fun out of it for me.
Yeah. Sometimes I
really I want to get back to where I didn't give a fuck, and I thought that nobody would ever listen, and nobody would ever.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, people are actually fucking listening, and fucking way more than I ever thought would fucking listen.
Yeah.
And now we can have guests on, and we're like, damn, I can't say stuff.
Or we can. And then just
I'm about to
deal
the
with
point
the consequences.
I'm about to the point where I'm just gonna say fuck it. Just do whatever the fuck we want.
I love it. That's your
Get
promise.
back to the real goddamn courtesy violation ways.
We're going back to our roots.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't care if anybody else comes on ever. I don't give a fuck. I'll just fuck it up anyway.
Yeah. From episode 100 on, you're seeing a different courtesy violation. We're going back to the old ways.
We're getting back to raw.
Yeah. This is actually going to be called Courtesy Violation Raw with a big raw bar stamp right over top of it.
All right, y'all. We love you.
See y'all later.
Hey, thanks, Josh McCulley.
Yeah. Thanks to our producer,
too.
Josh.
All right. Y'all have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much.
Bye.
Bye.
Violation.